Hello, I'm Mark Griffiths from Wrexham AFC and welcome to another of our greatest games. This is another attempt by Wrexham to pull off a giant killing. Coventry City, top level team, and had been for a long time, facing Wrexham in the 1994 League Cup. In the second round, a two-legged affair, the first match being at the racecourse. This is a Wrexham side that's starting to establish itself as a strong League One team under Brian Flynn, those talented young players coming through, and Gary Bennett in his absolute pomp, scoring goals left, right and centre. Up against the Coventry City side, managed by Phil Neal, and featuring some impressive players themselves, like Roy Wegley, the skillful striker, Dion Dublin, who'd just been bought for a club transfer record fee from Man United. He'd scored in his first two games for Coventry. This was his third. Would Wrexham be able to pull off a shock? Well, have a look and see. Here comes the first leg.
And the way it had been going, no one was more surprised when Coventry scored than Coventry. Wrexham had looked to be the danger side until the ball fell to Julian Darby, who put the visitors one up. Wrexham couldn't believe it either, but they got back on terms with a cracking shot from defender Barry Jones.
It just felt nice for me, so we just struck it first time. I think we deserved to win it, really, but the boys disappointed, but it's only one goal down, so we'll go there with iron confidence for the second leg.
But credit where it's due, Coventry's winner from Sean Flynn was a great goal.
Caught this with a sucker punch, and it was a quality cross and a quality header, but the tie's not over yet. Overall, I thought I was satisfied with the performance. We passed the ball about well, especially the first 45 minutes where I thought we caused them a lot of problems.
And Wrexham could have rescued it right at the death through Kieran Durkin.
And he's hit it and he struck it really well. Unfortunately for us, he's hit the post and come out. On another day, it might have gone in. But as I say, the tie's not over with yet. If we can go down to Highfield Road and get a goal, then the picture might be different.
So, Wrexham going down to a defeat at home, a close one though, and lots of decent chances created by Brian Flynn's side. Flynn bullish about Wrexham's prospects for the second leg. So, a fortnight later, Wrexham travelled to Highfield Road to see if they could pull off an upset.
And Coventry have a couple of changes to the side that won the first leg at the racecourse. The United States international striker Roy Wegley is in, and Scottish international defender Gary Gillespie has his first game here in 11 years. He left in 1983 to win championship medals in 8 years with Liverpool and recently rejoined Coventry from Celtic. Dion Dublin had a rare failure at Wrexham. That's his only goal-less game since he came for $2 million from Manchester United. Wrexham centre-back Barry Hunter hopes to keep Dublin on a starvation diet of chances again tonight. But the immediate ambition of this unchanged Wrexham side is an early goal to level the score. Could be a night for Gary Bennett to come good again. He's scored 68 in 2 years with Wrexham, but he has not hit the target in his last 8 appearances, and that is most unusual. Referee tonight is Mr. Keith Burge from Torrapandi. And Coventry, the Sky Blues, here on their own Highfield Road Stadium. Coventry attacking the goal to our right. With that one-goal cushion, is that going to be enough, though? Wrexham, if they can get in and strike early, could provide another shock in this Coca-Cola Cup competition. Is Pickering in. And cross on a chase with Gillespie. First touch for Ogrizovic. Offside flag, caught Wegley coming back. Barry Jones. It's a bit long. Brian Hughes chasing it though. And he managed to put a fair bit of pressure on Gary Gillespie. Wegley didn't get any distance with that. Hardy gets help from Melpejic. Durkin is wide on that right wing. And that's where he's aiming for. Picked him up well. Good ball in. Cross. Durkin again. And Durkin is in with a great chance here. Oh, that could so easily and should perhaps have been equaliser. Superb ball from Melpejic. Set Durkin going down that right side. And once he came inside, Morgan, he had a super chance. But over the top. Connolly up well. It's Pickering now for Coventry. Charged down by Connolly. Pickering in some bother. And Connolly's done him. Good enterprising play by Carl Connolly. The turn then is Hughes. Picks up Hardy. Owen. Hardy in, aiming for Bennett. Oh, no foul. That was Gillespie clambering all over Bennett. But referee Bird said it was okay. Hunter comes down again. And he's in for cross. Very nearly a superb tackle by Gillespie that saved the day then. Super start by Wrexham. Here's Connolly. This is Julian Darby. And Flynn for Dublin. Cook. Nothing happening there. Jones. Cross. Looking for Durkin. And Durkin has the legs of Morgan. And he's in there again. A touch is all that's needed across to Gareth Owen, who was unmarked. Still there. Well, this is super stuff from Wrexham. Against a Premiership side, they are showing no fear whatsoever. Going at them like tigers and making the chances. Look at Durkin here. He's got the legs of Morgan. Now, just a touch inside was all that was needed. There was no foul there. He still got up, still had a chance, and rushed it, and Boost got the ball away. Hunter again. A challenge from Flynn. He beats it off. Cook. Flynn down for Pickering. Into the corner for Wegley. Keith Burge reckoned that Wegley was being held down. And, Hunter goes back to find out where Dublin is. Two men in the wall. And it's Cook. Cook who comes to take the free kick. Oh, beautiful goal! Steve Morgan. Lovely, glancing header. 17 minutes. Would you believe it? Steve Morgan, his first goal of the season. A delightful free kick from Cook, and the delicate header. It was a free header, but beautifully glanced in. Well, 1-0 on the night, 3-1 on aggregate, and despite all their efforts, and they have put so much effort into the first 15 minutes of this game, and so easily could have had a couple of shots on the target. They find themselves a goal down. Here's Morgan on the chase again. Good drive. Steve Morgan, he's got the taste for it tonight. Lee with thermal underwear to keep his legs warm. Dion Dublin. Oh, why didn't he catch it? Jonathan Cross. Barry Jones, Durkin on that right touch line. Now they bring back Cook to help out Morgan. It's Bennett and Gillespie. Throw in to Wrexham. Brian Hughes. Barry Jones. Got his cross in, but it's over the byline as it curled into the post area. Kieran Durkin, the boy in red hair at the back, and Jonathan Cross giving them trouble. And so is this young man, Barry Hughes. Dublin putting pressure on Marriott. Notice that Dublin slipped then too. There must be a fair amount of dew on this green grass at the Sky Blue Stadium. A stadium which has not had happy memories for the Sky Blues too much this season. They've only won here once. A rather surprising win against Leeds. Dublin. But they've been beaten here by Villa and Southampton. They only got a draw with Wimbledon. Pickering. Sean Flynn will lose that to Connolly. Chance to fight back for it. Connolly looking for some support from somewhere. But still Wrexham ball. Connolly using Hardy. Bennett goes up. It'll drop down for Durkin. Support from Jones. There's Bennett. Oh, it comes beautifully to Connolly. John Cross going for the ball as Grizovic got a hold of it. Referee Burge having a word with Cross for the challenge that came when Connolly knocked that ball in. Nothing really much in it. Cross couldn't run past Gillespie. He has stopped a lot of good players in his time as Gary Gillespie, and he's still got the skills to do it. Here he is again. It's Cook being hustled into his work by young Barry Hughes. Well done, son. There goes Gary Bennett. Morgan racing to get back. There's one or two of these Wrexham players are not doing their professional careers any harm at all here tonight. I think one or two watching scouts might say, hey, Brian Flynn's got some stuff. Let's go! Beautiful goal! John Cross! Ah! What a stormer! Would you believe it? Oh! How about that? Look at this! Have a piece of that, he says. Turn, wallop, left-hand corner. Grizovic absolutely beaten all ends up. 1-1 on the night. 3-2 on aggregate. And Wrexham are back in this game. Well, well, well. Here's Hardy now. Well. And who's to say Wrexham don't deserve it? They really have done some tremendous work here tonight. Sean Flynn. Cook, Flynn. Wide for Morgan. Dublin. Cook, the through ball for Wegley. And Hunter had him shepherded very, very well. A big, big Irish sheepdog then. Durkin forward for Bennett. Got to go on his own. He hasn't got anybody up with him. He's taking on Boost. And he's done it. And a belting shot which Grizovic had to save. Well, well. That could have been number 2 so very, very easily. Piece of personal skill. Twisting and turning Dave Boost. Did him wallop. And Grizovic tips it over. Pressure still on. That's a corner, unless Marriott has it easily. And referee Burge points to the tunnel. Well, that's as good a bit of cup-tie football as I've seen for a long time. It's the man who put Coventry in front on the night, Steve Morgan. He made it 3-1, and there, number 10, Jonathan Cross, his second goal of the season, levels the score here tonight. Wrexham are only 3-2 down at half-time. So, referee Verge gets us away in the second half. And Wrexham still with it all to do. Wrexham, remember, the last time they beat a senior side, Division 1 side as it was then, was in the FA Cup when they beat Arsenal in the third round a couple of years ago at the racecourse. A marvellous night that was. Mickey Thomas and Steve Watkin, the goal scorers that night. Steve Watkin on the subs bench tonight. So here's Kieran Durkin. Harry Jones, and that's Pejic ball forward. Cross. Ambitious ball, and it's not a bad one either for Connolly if he can get there. He does. Taking on Pickering. There's the cross, and here comes Hughes, and Cook gets it clear. Only as far as Connolly. Corner. And the ranks of Wrexham supporters start to cheer up again. Cross and Durkin working it together. Here's Durkin. Oh, and Hunter had the chance there. Grizovic angry with his defence. A free shot for the big fella. Look, as it comes down, hits it first time. Dublin, a touch on, but Hardy was there. That's Pickering, Flynn, Derby. Well won back by young Hughes. And Bennett, oh, I say that was tight. That was very, very tight. But the linesman says, and the referee agrees, Hardy again, the clearance. Cook, early ball. But a nothing sort of ball. Durkin and Hardy. Hughes, and here's Bennett on his own. And Bennett against Grizovic, and oh dear, Gary Bennett. When you're having one of those runs, you're having one of those runs. It just won't go right for Gary Bennett. That ball through to him, nicely nodded on with his head, and then with the goal at his mercy, whacks it over the top. Hunter, well up. That'll come for Derby. Flynn, good ball. And that was Hunter who got the touch, and a vitally important one it was too, because Dublin was in with a great shout then. Flynn's ball in, dropped invitingly for Dublin, and the big leg of Hunter gets it clear. Corner. Jones jumped but didn't get the ball. Dion, it's not been his night so far, but when you've played 4 league games, 4 Premiership games, and scored 4 goals, well, you can't rule this man out. David Boost for Coventry. Kobe Jones trying to sneak in. Coventry certainly putting a lot more into this second half and putting Wrexham under a lot of pressure now. Constant pressure. Here's Dublin. Well, there you are. There's the class of Dion Dublin. That's the only smell of a chance he's had in the whole game. And we're 15 minutes into the second half. The quality of this man, the angle almost impossible, the shot sheer perfection. Pejic, the header out. Here's Wegley. Well covered then by Hughes. Cook the ball into Derby, and Coventry finding quite a lot of gaps at the moment. Pickering. Wegley the dummy. And Wrexham hurriedly get it away. Durkin now. The ball down the line for Bennett. Gillespie was covering. Jones. Hughes. Ambitious. I think he was trying to get Durkin in. Hardy under some pressure in that corner with Flynn, and that is a super cross, and Wegley buries it. Beautiful cross ball by Flynn, and the writing was on the wall, I suppose, some 5 or 6 minutes ago. Look at that ball in, and a brilliant header by Wegley. Oh, lovely stuff. But Wegley makes it. 3-1 on the night. And substitution as Wrexham bring on Steve Watkin. And it's Hughes who's going off. And Grizovic knocks it back to Jones, and a corner. So Big Oggy gets organised to see what this will produce for Wrexham. And it must be there. Oh, handled on the line by Cook. Gotta be. That was on the line by Cook. Absolutely no question of that. Let's have a look at it now. Ball coming in, and it drops down, and it's Bennett who hits it, and it's a red card for Cook. Paul Cook, the man who handled it on the line, is punished with a red card, and Gary Bennett the chance now to break a long spell of scoreless games as far as he's concerned. Bennett. And yes. 3-2 on the night. Bennett. And Bennett bangs in his 7th goal of the season. So there's Dublin. Wegley is there. So Flynn with this. Here's Wegley. Morgan lost it, but Pejic knocks that forward. And Boost is there. Handball. Oof. Watkin feeds it off to Durkin. Is the cross good enough? Well, it very nearly was. And the touch. Oh, we've got an offside flag up. Well, once again, that Coventry defence was in tatters for a moment or two, and it was Steve Watkin who was joining in there and making life difficult for them. That ball was in from Durkin. Cross is there, tries to touch it back, and on the far post I think it's Bennett who's offside. Now Pejic. The last seconds of the game, and Morgan played him onside then. Everybody else had come out, but Morgan played Wrexham onside. They couldn't capitalise on it though. Kobe Jones, big long ball into no man's land. Referee Keith Burge has had several looks at his watch, and he decides that is the end of it. Well, Wrexham go out of the Coca-Cola Cup, but they've let Coventry know they can play. Dion Dublin, his first cup tie goal for Coventry to add the 4 Premiership goals that he's got. Wegley, the scorer in the second half, he made it 3-1. Gary Bennett from the penalty spot made it 3-2 for Wrexham. The first half goals from Morgan and Cross, but on the night, Coventry just scrape home 3-2, but overall, quite solid winners at 5-3. But Wrexham beaten, certainly not at all disgraced.
So a near miss for Wrexham. To be fair, I remember very well from being there, Coventry City always felt like they were pretty much in control of it, but Wrexham had lots of chances to change the outcome of that match, and certainly Steve Grizovic in Coventry's goal was kept busy. But a brave defeat for Wrexham against higher division opposition. They do tend to put up a good scrap against the strong teams no matter what. Join us next week for another Greatest Games. I've been Mark Griffiths from Wrexham AFC. Bit of bong.